Alright guys, it is springtime in the desert here. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at these trees. The light green.
1,000 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
And here I am at Montezuma Castle. National Monument is where I'm going. And I'm like, I don't know, 50 miles from Flagstaff, where it was like, I'm pretty sure it was like 70 degrees there. And now it's 87 here. I might have to change into shorts. Boy, there's a lot of people here. And I want to get to Prescott National Forest and find a camp spot sometime, soon. I still probably have, it's 1:47. I probably got 6 hours of light left. Pretty nice, guys. Let's go check this out. Alright guys, so I am at Montezuma Castle National Monument, and just look at these trees. This is an oasis. I mean, it's really beautiful. I don't even know what kind of tree that is, but it's got nice smooth bark and it's freaking huge. Beautiful. I can't get over the huge temperature difference between. You know what? I'm going to go this way. Let's get over the huge temperature difference just between here and Flagstaff. Now, prior to my trip, I was paying very close attention to all the weather and all of the spots that I thought I might venture to, so I wanted to make sure I left at the best possible time, which is something you should always consider too when you're going on a trip, especially a long one with no reservations like me. So anyway, this is a really cool looking place. I stopped at there's a place where you can pull over right before you get into the park and overlook this valley that this is in. Well, take a look. So there it is. That's pretty amazing. I guess you used to be able to go up in there, but the reason it's in such good condition still is because they stopped letting people go in there. Now, what is different about this from everything we've seen so far? Well, first of all, it's all still covered in plaster. You can't even see the stones it's made out of, but everything's in really good condition. So that makes me wonder about how they said at like Chaco Canyon and places like that, that the wind eroded it all away, and that's why big chunks of the buildings are missing and there's no plaster on anything, and that doesn't make any sense to me. And now that I'm standing here looking at this, it really doesn't make any sense to me. So what happened to those buildings, and why is this one still intact? I don't know. Hopefully I get some answers here. Fairly packed place. Here's a sign. I like to show you the signs. So interesting. So I wonder if they still live around here and that's why it's in such good condition or something. I don't remember reading anything about the place being abandoned, much like the narrative that goes with the other national parks and different cliff dwellings that we've been to. So we'll have to do some digging and find out if we can get some more research done into this place. I don't know if there's much else here besides the castle itself over there. I took the long way around because there was less people. After going to the Grand Canyon and being wall-to-wall people, I'm going to stay away from super popular sites. I didn't think this one would be that popular, but apparently it is. Interesting. So, Interesting. So here's the diorama from the sign. So it's basically they just took off the front walls of the building and it's artist rendering of what they thought they might have used it for. Or actually, it's still intact. I bet you half that stuff was probably actually really there. It's a shame that people cannot be trusted and they have to do things like pull the ladders out and make it so other people cannot enjoy or learn or speculate. A lot of speculation going on. So here's, I bet you here, 1400.
However, if they prepared it properly,
The record suggests they didn't disappear. They may have left. Right. See, there's a lot of really cool canyons just a bit north of here. I would have liked to visit too, but you know, I'm all about that ancient history stuff showing you guys, so that's what I'm doing for you. Go ahead and pause if you need to leave. In the larger castle area, numerous cavates and alcoves. And I don't want to put suntan lotion on. Okay, so a bunch of those little holes and alcoves are storage and stuff. Yeah, reused. It was probably reused. There's definitely a wall built up on the side here. These pretty flowers, and I really am enjoying all the plants here. So just like the last sign said, that's the cavates. There's another sign. Interesting. Oh yeah, yeah. You can see all the spots where they would have put beams or ballasts, supports for roofs and stuff. Dude, this is probably pretty amazing. It comes all the way out to here. That's a good 20 feet from the actual wall. So, and again, that's very strange. How come this is all torn up and there's like nothing left over here, but then you go over there and the castle itself is intact for the most part. Really interesting. It almost looks like all of this was filled in, and that's not excavated all the way. So I wonder if that's plaster that they made, or is that more part of the actual cliff wall that came out from the wall towards me, and then they built this wall up around it? I don't know. That's them. Gonna be leaving with more questions than answers. Another one of those cavates. And you could just see all along here these little stripes of dots. So it wouldn't have just been this castle. It would have been probably straight down the whole face would have been buildings. Maybe that's why that's the only part left. I don't know, it's hard to tell. This is a very cool one. Anyway, here's another sign for you. Loft, but not alone. It seems they would have had pit houses, much like the multiple other places that I have been. Look at all these sites. These are all pueblos and stuff. It's crazy. There's so many of them. Sure would like to look at that sign over there. And I'll just give you a better idea of what it looks like right here. Look at that. Cycles of care. You know, so it's had work done to it, but still, they say that most of that's original. So where's the rest of the, what happened to the rest of it? The guys really live. Can't believe it. I mean, if it's just mudstone and then some pieces of wood, which would have had to have been imported from quite far away. There's no big ponderous pines around here, that's for sure, and that's probably what they would have used. There's another sign for the weight. But if they had wood imported, it must have been quite a large community if they were moving that much stuff to build with, and especially if the entire rest of this area was probably built up just like that. They did not leave because they ran out of water, which is what they speculate a lot of the other places. That's why they left, like Chaco. So they would have been able to farm. Definitely would have been able to hunt. If there's a water source, you have animals. So if they didn't leave because of water, and if they didn't leave because there was no animals, then why did they leave? Did somebody come in and force them out? Was this here thousands of years ago and the cataclysm destroyed most of it, and then they came in and claimed it as their own and built up on it? And we don't know. There's nothing megalithic here. There's nothing that suggests ancient high technology. So probably if they did come, they didn't really inherit anything too spectacular like the Inca people did. But it's a beautiful area. I don't know why they would leave. I'm guessing there was a whole building on the front and down and around. And it's just going by all the other little calates or whatever they are called. But and supposedly there were some pueblos and stuff around here. Maybe they're underground over there. You know, maybe they know where they all are. They just haven't excavated them yet. If they were actually all under dirt. I really don't think 1,000 years is enough time to do that, but what do I know? I'm just an amateur historian, conspiracy theorist, YouTuber that you all know and love. But now that you have me in your life, you need me, and that's why you should like and subscribe and tell everyone you know to do the same, because I want to keep doing this. You know, I'm spending all my savings to do this amazing trip to share with all of you. So if you want to give back, you should.